welcome to Wednesday edition of the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, the CEO slash owner of SoReal Studios LLC, Lamar SoReal, and my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker. What's going on, man?
I don't know. That beat is nice though.
Beat is nice. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
It's one of the very few that I have on here that I love to bump. It's a couple of other ones that I like, but this one is the main one. I believe we can start this one every Wednesday.
Nice.
We can start this one every Wednesday since it's your segment on Wednesday.
Let's make it a thing.
All right, we will. Now, let's get started on our topics for today. NFL draft. It's coming. It is on the way. We are, less than 3 weeks away from the NFL draft?
Thank God. We almost there.
Now, I'm not worried about Thursday night because we don't ever have a first round pick. I'm more worried about Friday when the second round, third rounds comes up. That's when I get my pick. What pick do y'all have this year?
It don't matter. We don't have a quarterback.
Y'all have two. But last week we talked about the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft. Let's go to the wide receivers. Wide receivers are stacked in this draft this year. And I want to talk about just the top 5. In your opinion, what are your top 5 wide receivers in this year's coming up draft?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. I have 4 coming out of the SEC. 4 top 5.
Me too.
Okay, nice. No particular order. Going with Jamar Chase from LSU.
Facts.
Very, very interesting. Another LSU guy going with Terrence Marshall.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Junior.
Like him.
Of course, moving on to the best, Roll Tide.
You better not have 3 from. Oh, you said you only have 4 from the SEC, so 2 of them is not. I mean, 1 of them is not from the SEC.
Yeah. So of course I got Jalen Waddle. Of course. Devontae Smith. Of course.
Right.
And my last one, I'm gonna go with that nice big guy from Purdue, Rondale Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have 4 from the SEC, but I do not have. We don't have the same one.
I'm sure you have the 2 from Alabama, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I got
Okay.
2 from Alabama. All right, at number 5, I got Kadarius Toney from Florida. I like him.
I say top
route
10.
runner.
Definitely. Yeah.
He's a great route runner. Runs a 4.41 in the 40. I really like his style. Now, this right here, he should be added on here, but he's not really a wide receiver. Kyle Pitts. He should be on here, but he's a tight end. But the way he played from Florida,
Okay.
that boy is a top wide receiver. But he's going to be a tight end. So I couldn't put him on here, but I just wanted to mention him because he pretty much the best tight end, and ain't nobody even close to him that's second in tight ends. But I just wanted to mention him. Number 4, Rashawn Bateman. You don't know nothing about him because you didn't play him. But my team did, from Minnesota. He runs a 4.39, and he's very versatile.
That was that little dude that ran. Oh, yeah. Okay.
He balled out against us.
Yeah.
Even though it was, the first game of the season, but he balled out.
Yeah, I mean, he still did good, like beyond it. I remember him now.
Yeah, it was hard for us to stop him. But he dropped too many passes. That's his only problem. I believe he can work with that problem when he gets into the pro level. All right, number 3. I got Jalen Waddle, Alabama. Good speed. He was a top wide receiver until he got hurt.
I mean, you honestly could have just said he's from Alabama, and everybody would have understood it.
Whatever. What? Henry Ruggs ain't do good last year.
You say Ruggs?
Yeah, and he came from Alabama.
I'm not saying that they do good in the NFL. I'm just saying we're talking about what's going on in the draft, and we're talking about who you picking came from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever. Number 2,
Roll
Devontae
Tide.
Smith, the Heisman winner, the great
Tide.
route running, hard to keep up with, put up over 200 yards in the national championship game against my Ohio State Buckeye, Devontae Smith. And I think he had 3 touchdowns or 4. Yeah, it was a lot. We couldn't stop it. Sean Wade, yeah, you need to work on that. That's why you drop all the way to like a 3rd round pick because of that one player. And you couldn't stop it. And number 1, Jamar Chase. Ran a 4.3 40. Very physical, a very good possessional wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely top. And I think it did help him that he did not play last year. So he's definitely ready for the NFL. I don't know who we'll go to. I believe that the team that needs to pick him up probably won't even pick him up though. And that's the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, if they pick him up, that'd be great help. And you will be in trouble. You will be in so much trouble. You'll be in so much trouble having to deal with him.
So what happens if the 49ers pick him up?
49ers ain't picking him up. With the 3rd pick, they getting a quarterback.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And who? The Cardinals? Cardinals too low. Cardinals too low to get one of these top 5 receivers. And the Seahawks, they ain't worried about a wide receiver. They got Tyler Lockett and they got that big man from Old Miss. So,
yeah.
What if we picked him up? We can't get him. We don't got a 1st round pick, so don't even worry about that. But those are my 5, man. Those are my 5. I believe 2 of them will be picked up very early. The rest of them will probably be in the mid to late 1st rounds and possibly early 2nd. Because there's so many defensive players, defensive backs that's available, and plus you got your quarterbacks that's available. And wide receivers are really, they ain't known for being top worthy because it's a lot of wide receivers. I mean, it's loaded in wide receiver. I didn't bring up the wide receiver from North Carolina, Brown.
Not for me.
You don't know him? He ain't top 5. I got him top 10, and he's like 10.
Okay. Well,
and plus, you brought up somebody that I didn't bring in my top 5 either. So, it's loaded.
More.
Yeah,
more. I mean, it is.
I like more from Purdue. I seen him too. Yeah. He balled out against us too. I ain't Sean Wade. You really are. All of them played you, and they killed you every single time. But yeah, those are my top 5, man.
Who else did?
Shut up. Moving on. You ain't finna keep on talking about me. Let's go to the NBA.
You the one who brought up the fact that we won in the championship game. I mean,
I had to brag about them because you had them playing. And it was just one person, Devontae Smith. Now,
you're welcome.
Let's go to the whatever. NBA. Let's go to the NBA. Did you see that ESPN ranked the top 25 players under the age of 25? Did you see that?
I saw the list.
If people who did not see it, the list is at number 1, Luka Doncic. Number 2, Zion Williamson. Number 3, LaMelo Ball. Number 4, Donovan Mitchell. Number 5, Jason Tatum. Number 6, De'Aaron Fox. 7, Ben Simmons. 8, Devin Booker. 9, Bam Adebayo. And 10, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Do you like this list?
Not entirely. And when I say not entirely, is I disagree with the top five. Definitely, especially the place. I disagree with the top 10 and how they're placed.
Me too.
With that being said, I would just kind of like move them around. Luka Doncic probably still would be number one in my opinion.
I agree.
Um, I'm going to move Donovan Mitchell up and take Zion down to five.
So
With
he's
that being
5 on your
said,
list. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Number three on my list is Devin Booker, and I also have Bam Adebayo as number four.
Wow.
Yes,
Mm, okay. So
and
you
and
got
and I'm basing.
Luka,
I'm
Mitchell, Booker, Bam, and Zion.
Yep.
And LaMelo didn't make your top five.
No.
Okay. Because LaMelo didn't even make my top 10. He's too
Okay.
young, man. He only had
Hey,
1 year. He only
thank
had
you.
1 year,
Thank
man.
you.
And how the hell he become top 3 in 1 year?
What in 1 year? Are you? What are you basing this on? What he might do? What his
Look,
daddy said?
LeVar Ball put a gun to one of these people's head and told him to put my boy at least number 3. If not, I'm pulling the
So
trigger.
somebody gonna die tonight.
Yeah, somebody gonna die tonight if my boy ain't top 3. Okay.
Man.
And no, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. He ain't top 10 to me. What's
Mm-mm.
crazy is that Devin Booker was 8.
Yeah, that was. I was
8.
upset at that.
8. Oh my goodness. Devin Booker was 8. All right, here go my top 5. Number 1, Luka Doncic. I mean, look, this man's incredible. He's averaging 29, 8, and 8. 29, 8, and 8. Them are LeBron James numbers, and this is his second year in the NBA. 29, 8, and 8. Matter of fact, if his team record was actually better, he'll be in the MVP discussion. But he's not. Number 2, which is shocking to me that you don't have him up here this high. Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is the second best player under the age of 25. I love what he can do both offensively and defensively. And also your team has went to a conference finals with him.
He has a high turnover ratio.
So what? Your team
I don't
made
like
the
that about
playoffs.
him.
Your team has went far. Unlike
I
Devin
don't.
Booker, who
I
I
don't
have
like
at
that.
number
I don't.
3.
I don't
Devin
like the
Booker
inconsistency.
he's a scorer. He's a top scorer in the league, but he
Yeah.
can't take his team any further than he can't even take his team to the playoffs. If it wasn't for Chris Paul, he probably still wouldn't have made the playoffs this year. But now with Chris Paul, they're number 2 in the West. Number 2. But Devin Booker, he's a baller. He can score. Number 4, I got Zion with potential to go up to 2. I just can't have him at 2 right now because he cannot lead his team to the playoffs yet. Once he gets that development, and because right now, I believe his coach is finally giving him the blueprint to actually do more than just post up and drive to the hole. They let him have the ball at the key. They let him have the ball at the 3. They let him be a playmaker. But he's just now learning this. Give him a year so he can develop it, and then he can learn how to shoot the 3 consistently. And matter of fact, take a lot of shots from the 3 because he only takes 1 shot from 3 every game. No, it needs more. It's a 3-point shooting game now. This ain't back in the 90s where it's a lot of 2 mid-range and some 3. No, you got to hit 3s in this league. That's why he's 4. And at 5, it was difficult. But I put Donovan Mitchell 5. I put Donovan Mitchell 5. He doesn't get enough respect.
He definitely should be in there.
I believe that he's still young. He got a chance to develop. Even though he is 24. I feel like that if he can become a D Wade. I feel like he has the chance of becoming a D Wade If only he had a post player who could
And what
actually score instead of just play defense.
what era D Wade are we talking about?
The one with Shaq. He has potential to be that Shaq D Wade.
Okay,
D Wade with Shaq, but he doesn't have a
okay,
Shaq. He has a
right,
Kembe Mutombo D Wade.
right.
And I'm definitely not saying Alonzo Mourning because Alonzo Mourning was better than Rudy Gobert. He can score
Uh,
more. He can score better than Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, all he can do is block shot and tip in the ball. He is not nobody they gonna give the ball to, post up and put up numbers. No, and that's what's hurting them. That's what hurting them. They don't have a post player. He cannot be your post player to win games. Those are my five, man. Those are my five. So we pretty much, except for
kind of
I can't
sort of
believe Jason Tatum is not in your five.
like it was man, to be honest, it was like I was trying to actually go for like different positions. Like that's where I went with it, like, all five positions. Because Zion can play either 4 or 5, but we got Bam that's really
Yeah, you put
doing it
Bam
right now.
because
Like
he's a
I mean,
top
like
center.
he's the top center, right now, under 25.
Right.
Devin Booker, top, Donovan Mitchell, top, Luca, top. And we both got all three of them together.
Right.
So and Zion. I just didn't have Tatum. I don't think he's number one at that position.
Fox is coming. I like Fox game.
On his way.
Yeah,
He
Fox is
another
on
one.
the
He
way.
just on the wrong team.
Yeah, he's definitely on the wrong team. It's just the organization that's messing him up. Ben
Yep.
Simmons, I feel like Ben Simmons is probably the most perfect one on the list at his position. You might can drop him one more, but 7, I like
They
him at
they
7.
got him at yeah, okay. I was just gonna say
They
yeah, they
got him
got
at
him at
7.
7.
I like him at
Yeah.
7. SGA, I like him. I mean,
That
he
that
he
probably
did
could
good
go
with Chris
one up.
Paul. Yeah,
That probably can go one up.
yeah, but I like him right there. I wish I had the list with the 11 through 25. I wanted to see that list, but I don't have it. So let's move on, man. Let's
I
go
would say
back
I
to
had it.
football. Let's go back to football. And yes, we got some sad news, man. Deshaun Watson it's not getting better for him. Now, 2 women that accused him of misconduct has actually came forward to identify themselves. One of the women named Ashley Solis and Lauren Baxley. So now this stuff and it really gets serious. With those 2 women coming forward, and now you got Nike suspending their scholarship with him. You got Beats that parted ways with him. Man, I just want to know, will he ever play in the NFL?
I mean, it's looking real ugly right now. It's looking real ugly. I don't see it getting any better unless unless we can get at least half of these already supposed testimonies against him. If we can get like half of them dropped, maybe it's like, let's look at the rest of them, and it's just gonna drag out, and he'll probably be eligible. That's the only way. Other than that, he just basically been blackballed, and no, he will never play again. He first of all, he definitely not playing this year.
No.
Let's just get that out the way. He
Yeah,
is definitely not playing this year,
yeah, you can do
and and whatever kind of handouts that the NFL ends up giving to him is gonna be pretty detrimental. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no, he probably doesn't, unless something like that happens. Like unless there's something that just prolongs it, and then it's all of a sudden either dropped or they go ahead and turn the evidence guilty. Like but overall, no, he's not gonna play. He's done.
He's done this year. I believe he will eventually play in the NFL again. The only positive thing that he actually have coming out of this is his age. He is very young. I believe he's 24. So just in case if he do serve time or anything, it'll be like a 2-year sentence. I don't know. I hope none of this is actually
This
true.
is
To be honest with
that's a lot of accusations for a 2 year
you,
sentence.
22,
That's a
22.
lot.
But
That's a
if you
lot.
look at the messages, I haven't seen nothing really explicit. To be honest with you, only thing I can really sum up from this is that he is a psychopath when it comes to wanting massages. He wants massages from certain women, and he wants a lot of different women to give him massages. Like he spot him out. He pretty much has a Tinder file for masseuse. He has a Tinder file. He swipe right or swipe left when it comes to getting his massages. I mean, I haven't. Well, the two women that came out, they said that he has touched them inappropriately. Those still accusations because you got to have proof for that. But besides that, they have messages, and the messages ain't none of them talking about he want to rape them. Ain't none of them talking about that he want to do anything physical to them or anything. It's just basically he wants to different women to massage him. And that's just, I don't know. I don't know why he's feeling that way. It's strange to me.
What it's whatever. I
Because
mean,
if
everybody
I
have
was
their
him
thing.
making that much money, I would want my own personal masseuse.
I mean, you would think
Just
so. You
one
would think
person.
so. You would
That's all
think
it
so.
take, wouldn't it?
And I mean, you would think so, but I mean, hey, I mean, that's a whole different mentality. You never know. I mean, hey, you in this city for 45 minutes and then you done flew over here. So, like, I mean, you probably get to meet a bunch of different people. So, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, it could be his thing. Like they just didn't catch up with it, or maybe everybody lying, just trying to catch on to the next trend. I don't know.
But the
I know
strangest
time will
thing
tell.
about this of all is that it came right after he keep demanding that he wants out from the Texans organization. That's what makes it strange. Did they
Yeah,
hold this in order for them to sit here and be like, hey, I'm telling you, just deal with us and stay at Texans and trust me, this is what you need to do. Because if not, we got some accusations we're gonna put on your ass. Now that's just my opinion. Because it's strange that it happened right after he kept wanting out. Now, if they would have traded him, would we have heard these accusations? What made these women want to come forward now? This has been happening for over 2 years. So what makes them actually got strong enough to feel like they want to come out right now, right after this man said he wants out of the Houston Texans organization? What makes them want to come out right now? That's what's strange. Bill Cosby drugged women and they didn't come out until 50 years later. These women want to come out now. And it grew. It started with 2, now it's at 22. And I believe 2 more just gonna come out the woodwork with some more
tomorrow.
accusations. Yeah, just tomorrow. Just gonna add 2 more. Matter of fact, they trying to get his they trying to quadruple his jersey number. They trying to get 24 out here. Trying to 6 times 4 him, 24. And now since he's losing endorsements, it's just it's not getting better.
No, it's not. That's why I just ultimately think it's going to eventually turn into not a Kaepernick situation, but
I don't know.
I don't think he's coming back, man.
Yeah. But what it is doing is that it's trying to distract us from actually talking about Chad Wheeler. And I'm bringing up his name again. Chad Wheeler abused his woman, beat her down, and then went to go get something to eat while his woman was in the bathroom. And then when he saw her come out, he asked her that he was surprised that she was still alive. But he had mental problems. And they threw it under the table. They stopped talking about it right after he said he got mental problems. If he got mental problems, he need help. while in jail. Because you still did the crime, so you still need to do the time. Just like Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun Watson got mental problems to the fact that he got trauma in that certain area in which he need women, different women to massage him.
No.
He can do the crime. He done the crime.
No.
He needs to do the time in jail. Okay? They ain't finna sit here and treat Chad Wheeler like he got mental problems, so it's okay. But when it comes to Deshaun Watson, a black man, it's not okay. No, both of them could be wrong. But Deshaun Watson is accusations. So they still got to be proven in the court of law. Chad Wheeler, we seen him. We actually seen. He admitted
it. Did this shit.
She admitted it. Shit. Both of them admitted it. But yet, we ain't heard nothing from Chad Wheeler since.
No. And nobody wanted to cover the story.
No. But I'm going to bring it back up because I feel like it's right.
It is. Right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
When is he going to go to trial? When we going to get his court date? That's what I want to see.
Don't sweep that shit under the rug and then only sit here and talk about this.
Right. We need to get back to that too. Bring both of them up if it's that bad. Bring both of them up. Damn it. All right. Man, we praying for you, Deshaun Watson. We pray and hope that all this stuff is not true. And we hope that you're able to come back and play, man, because you're a great talent. But I hope it's not true. If it's true, well, you deserve consequences. And that's all I got to say, man. That's all we can say about it.
Pretty much.
That'll do it. We got one last thing before we go. Reggie has his segment for Wednesday. So, Reggie, are you ready? Do you need music? On off.
I'm let's go off right now because it's gonna actually be like a nice little transition into how we were just saying we pray for one brother as we pray for another brother, and that's DMX. And from what I'm seeing, a lot out there is not good, and a lot of people are like just kind of like doing a lot of like hateful, spiteful type shit on the internet, which we all know would come. But the fact of the matter, this man is still sitting here fighting, and through it all, we all human beings. Like what? Yeah, because like I don't really care about people judging me. You know what I'm saying? Or like how I choose to carry my life and this, that, and other. I say it all day, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to be sitting there laying on my deathbed, and the last few thoughts that I have is the fact that I sat here and clown somebody on the internet when they was in this same situation. Like that is just wrong to me. And like people are just so fucking hurtful and mean sometimes. It's crazy how just for social media purposes we get out here and we do stuff like that. But for all intents and purposes, everybody, please pray for DMX and his family. It is not looking good at all. Just learned today that he ended up getting COVID while in the hospital, which is crazy to me. So yeah, just prayers out to him, and shout out to everybody who been supporting, and all the family. Much prayers and love to y'all. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree with everything you just said. It's crazy that people try to do stuff for fame just to get attention, and it's ridiculous that they just discredit like a person, like a human being
Yeah, like
who has a life.
man,
and
like literally, bro, I hopped on Twitter and like just seeing some shit. You just like, wow. Like I understand being funny, I understand dark humor, but like, man, these folks is out here doing this man bad, bro.
It is wild. It is wild. But he do have prayer warriors on his side. So that's what matters most. And
that's true.
It's still not over. I don't say it's over. It's never over. As long as you got the Lord on your side. It's never over. So yeah, prayers out to DMX, man.
Yeah.
Hope we know you're gonna recover. It just takes time, baby. And that's one person that'll pray for you is DMX.
Yep, he
Hey,
sure will.
that is
He
a
sure will.
voice out this world, man. We love that voice, especially as a rapper, man. That voice is just iconic, to be honest with you.
And them bars,
Oh,
he had
oh yeah, he got bars. Them Rough
bars.
Riders. Hey, they don't know nothing about them
He had
Rough
bars.
Riders. They don't know nothing about them Rough Riders. All
Uh,
right. You know what Friday is? Friday Muscle Shirt Friday, in which we got our predictions. UFC is back, so we'll do UFC predictions. We got NBA predictions. We got
yeah,
baseball predictions. We got,
yeah,
I guess we got hockey predictions.
yeah.
We need to do hockey.
We
Hockey
doing
will be
hockey.
back on the list,
Shit.
so we will do hockey, man.
All right.
So, yeah, that's what we got. That is exactly what we got going on. Reggie, you got anything new going on right now?
Nope. Still working. Still working. But it's coming. It's
Uh,
coming. I I don't even want to put a date on it no more because I messed up by saying I was gonna do it last week and didn't do it. So not gonna put a date on it. But when it just pops up randomly like 4 a.m. or something like that, just know that it happened. And it'll always be on Facebook at Reggie Walker, Twitter Reggie Walker, and what else I got?
you ain't got
Like,
Instagram.
yeah, I don't have Instagram. It's just Facebook and Twitter.
OnlyFans.
I never set it up. I never set it up. My wife told me competitive beach ball wrestling was not a good thing to put on OnlyFans.
She absolutely right. She 100% right. And not something you need to put on OnlyFans.
I thought it would be a catch, like competitive beach ball wrestling. Like,
No,
come on, man. I'd pay for that.
no.
All right.
So what I got going on this weekend coming up, I will be busy doing skits, preparing myself. Also, my mother's B-Day is this Sunday. We'll be spending time with her, enjoying it, having fun with her. And that's pretty much it. Anything that I will be doing. Oh, yeah. After the Muscle Shirt Friday, I will be doing my WrestleMania predictions. It'll be an extra, will be available on the YouTube channel, also be available on our podcast. It'll just be an extra little clip for WrestleMania only. So you'll be able to see that also. Besides that, that's pretty much it, man. So I guess we will see y'all on Friday with another edition of the SoReal Sports Podcast. See y'all there.